What's up, people? Just sitting here at the right across the street from Pilot. Pilot's over there on the other side of that building right there. You can't see it. This building's in the way. But I shut it down here. I don't know. I think I got here with about 30 minutes to spare. I stopped at the Huddle House last night, or yeah, it was last night. I think I shut it down like at 11, 12, something like that. Um, got me a bite to eat at the Huddle House here in the Kermit. I had enough fuel. So I went ahead and shut it down over here. My def's good. Def's good, and did my paperwork. Sent off my paperwork. I've been running since yesterday at 3 p.m. and I shut it down at about 11, let's say 12 o'clock last night. So over 24 hours I was driving or working for say. Um, like I said before, um, your time stops when you're loading and unloading. That's how I was able to stretch that time. So you get 11 hours to drive. That's you get 11 drive time hours and 14 hours on duty time. Right now my clock showing on duty 12:45, 12 hours and 45 minutes. That's because I've been running off of my recaps, and that's why it only shows 12 hours and 45 minutes. But really, out here, the you're not ever gonna use up your on duty time, so you'll always have more. Uh, you'll finish off your drive time before your on duty time. And that's just the way that it goes. So I'm able to drive right now. I've been sitting in the sleeper berth. I have 11 hours to drive. I've been in the sleeper berth. I don't know, a little over. There you go, 11 hours and 17 minutes. I'm still kind of tired from all the running around I've been doing, but I'm fixing to. I already put oil. I already put oil in my truck. Went over to the Pilot, brushed my teeth, washed my face, and as far as me, I'm kind of ready to start driving. Not really, but I'll manage. What I like to do is I'll usually I'll do two, maybe three loads, and depending on how my body feels after that, I might take a 2 or 3 hour break and really sleep for 2 or 3 hours, let my body recharge, catch my second wind, and then I'll start running again after that. That's how I'm able to run, max out my clock, down to well, last night down to 30 minutes. I've stopped working before at the shipper with 12 minutes to spare. Yeah, with 12 minutes to spare, I gotta get that money. I'm out here to make money, not to sightsee, not to be sitting in the truck, not to go make one load and sit the rest of the time. I'm out here to make money. I'm gonna make the time that I'm out here worth it. I earn every dollar that I get, I earn it. Yesterday I made 4 loads. The last load was let me see. The last load Yeah, nah. I only made 4 loads yesterday because one of the loads was uh, way out there. It was a long ways to travel, and another load was the load before that wasn't too far out there, but the least road to get in and the least road to get out um, takes about 2 hours. So there's 4 hours there off my driving time because of that damn lease road. So otherwise, I like to get a. I'm satisfied with 3 loads. I mean, 3 loads is okay, and 3 loads that's a little over. Let's see, 3 loads is three, four, a little over $450, which is okay. But I mean, if after 3 loads you still got time to do another load or two, why not do it? I mean, that's the way that I look at it. Like I said, I'm out here to make money. So the 4 loads that I did yesterday, right here, each load pays. The distance that I took these loads were within a 50-mile radius, so that pays $160. Let me show y'all right quick here how these loads are paying. Got it right here. If it's 0 to 50 miles, the truck makes $650. 25% off of that is $162. If it's 51 miles, 51 to 100 miles, the truck makes. So, like I was saying, depending on how far you travel, it dictates how much you earn. One of those loads that I made was how much? One of those loads that I made was $187. But this is just a rough calculation right here. So really, it's 160 times 3, and then whatever the 160 times 3, whatever the sum is, will be plus $187. But this is just a rough calculation, and then later on at the end of the week or when it gets closer to the pay period, I do the exact amount of how much I should be getting. So I did 4 loads yesterday at the minimum of $160 a load. So for yesterday, I made $640 for me. That's what I made. Of course, that's gross. You know, taxes still got to be pulled out of that. But it's okay. I'm not complaining. Oh, I made this video to give y'all the status on my friend. She's in Prime right now. She's at Prime Inc. And I was telling y'all that she went to California and she decided to come back home. And she asked me because I've been trying to get her license. And finally, when I got this job, I was showing her how much I made just in my partial check. My partial check, what did I tell you? It was 7 days. 7 days, I grossed over $2,000. Over $2,000. I brought home. I brought home like $1,800 from my pocket. I don't even think that was 7 days. I think that was 4 days. I gotta look at my stub. Well, you know what? I got it right here. I got it right here so y'all can see it. From the 24. Yeah, 7 days. 7 days right here. 2,000. Yeah, over $2,200 is what I grossed in 7 days. Y'all don't believe me? It's right there from May 24th to May 31st. See, there's the miles right there, loaded miles. See, one of them, most of these loads were, yeah, most of them were in the $187 range. Yeah, all of them, except for one, the one way down there at the bottom, second to the last, 46 miles. But yeah, see, there you go, $162 for the first two loads. The second load was $187. Third load was 162. Fourth, 162. The fifth load paid me 200, and the sixth load 200, and the third load 226, 227, 229. I mean, 207, 209, and 226. That's not bad. And if you get three of those, let's see what I did those. Let me see. Let's see here. One, two, three, four. One, one, two, three, four. Yeah. So that was in 2 days. In one day. One day I made one of those days I made two loads, just two loads. One was 209, the other one was 226. So over $400 just in one day and two loads. And then the other day was 207 plus. Yeah, yeah. This schedule that I work is weird. So I don't try to keep up with how many loads I did on Wednesday or Tuesday or stuff like that, because like right now it is let's see what time it is. It is 11:30 a.m. and I'm not sure of the day. I think it's Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday. So if I start rolling at 12, yeah, excuse the mess. I got, these are my socks, of course. I use these socks, and this is water bottle and trash bag. Excuse the mess. I'm out here to make money and not to make, this isn't a show truck for me. It's a work truck. But what was I saying? Oh yeah. So like today's Tuesday, and I start rolling at 12. My day is probably not gonna be my 14-hour drive time isn't gonna be over till Wednesday or Thursday. You know. So I don't calculate my loads by how many I did, for yesterday or for today, because yeah, that'll just throw me all off. I calculate my loads by how many I did within my 11-hour drive time. I said 14-hour drive time, but I meant 11-hour. You get 14 hours to work on duty time. So yeah, I'm tired. This really takes a lot out of you. That's why a lot of oil field companies, a lot of people that you drive for, a lot of companies that you drive for will let you go home for a week or so. You're out here about 4 weeks, and you go home for a week. Some is you're out here 2 weeks and go home, and you go home for 3 days. That's what this company does. You're out here 2 weeks and you go home for 3 days. I'm a carpenter by trade. I got some carpentry work to do at my home, and I can't get nothing done in 3 days. So I stay out here 3 or 4 weeks at a time and go home for a week. This time, I'll be out here. I'll be out here about I'll be out here about 8 weeks, more or less. I'll show y'all. The last time I came out here, I was out here for 3 weeks. But back to work. I've been out here since the 25th of June, and today is the 10th. So I've been out here going on my third week already. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I've been out here going on my third week, and I'm gonna stay all of July, and I'm not going back home till um, the 18th of August. So when I get home, I will have 1, 2, 3, 4 paychecks waiting on me. I will have 4 paychecks waiting on me. Let's say $2,500 a paycheck, just to keep it simple, because that's what I average, about 25 every 2 weeks. So 4 paychecks, that's 25 times 4, that's 5. I'll have about 25 times 2, that's 5. That's 2 more, plus 2. I'll have about close to $10,000 waiting on me when I go home in 8 weeks. So if you're trying to get out of the hole, if you need money fast, come to the oil field, haul frac sand. It's a sacrifice, but it's well worth it. It'll take you out of a bind, whatever bind you're in. Um, well, yeah, I'm getting off the topic. This is to give you an update on my friend's Prime Ink stuff. She left Friday. She left Friday, this past Friday, to Springfield, Missouri. She got there Sunday around 3 p.m. And Monday, yesterday, she started doing all the testing. They already did her. They did her. What's it called? Blood pressure test. All that turned out good. They gave her some study pamphlets. She's been studying off of those. Um, she did her physical today. That came out good. So now her next step is going to the DMV to get her what's it called, CDL permit. Once you get your CDL permit, they'll put you with the driving instructor, and you'll be with that driving instructor for, I think, like 2 or 3 weeks, and he's going to show you how to handle that truck. After the 2 or 3 weeks being with that instructor, you go test out for your CDL at the DMV. You get your CDL, then you get with the trainer. Well, the other person was a trainer too. I said instructor, but he's a trainer. Not a long-term trainer. He just takes you out and shows you, backing maneuvers and how to handle that truck. But you go out with your actual field trainer that you'll be with, I don't know, a few thousand miles. I think it's like 3 months that you'll be with that trainer. Um, that truck will be going on your schedule. So that trainer is going to be on your schedule. He's going to sit in the passenger side. You're going to be on the driver's side driving. So that truck's not going to be going 24 hours a day. He sleeps when you sleep. You drive 11. You're going to be driving the whole time after you get your permit or your CDO. I'm not sure. I can't quote none of that stuff because I haven't been there. But it's something like that. I think. Yeah, it's your CDO. Yeah, because you'll drive on your CDO. You'll drive with your permit too, but that's just to learn the truck. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm tired. I'm still tired from driving. Um, so yeah, everything's going good right now. She's keeping her nose in her books, and just studying. She has a roommate there that's overwhelmed with the whole situation. She's trying to get her CDO also, and she's being negative about the whole thing. I told her, just keep your head in your books, and don't let her get under your skin. Her roommate, but anybody can do this. I doubted myself when I was taking my CDO course. I didn't go to school. I took a course, and they showed me the basic. It's basically a crash course. It took me 4 weeks, but I got my CDL, and I'm out here with less than 1 year experience. So don't let the 2 years experience or not having any experience, much less oil field experience. Don't let that deter you from getting into the oil field. I didn't have any oil field experience when I came here, and the year experience that I'm telling you is my driving time. And on top of that, I didn't drive for a whole year. On top of that, the truck that I drove was automatic. So the little bit of standard that I knew, I mean, I had a job that was standard. I drove a standard truck, but I only worked there for what 4 months. That job wasn't. It started off okay, but then it fizzled out towards the end, and I got away from them as fast as I could. It was hauling water. Um, yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, I guess some people make money hauling water, but I got my CDO to not work as hard, and the company that I was with was too much work for the amount of money that I was getting paid. You know, I could have been making more money doing my carpentry stuff. But yeah, that was just a little. This was just a little video, to give y'all an update on my friend's Prime Inc. stuff. Oh, I don't know if y'all caught that last video that I made. I don't think YouTube let me upload it, but Prime has a tanker dry bulk division, a dry bulk trailer division, which is what I pull. It's pneumatic dry bulk, same thing, and that's what she was gonna go for. But supposedly she wasn't able to do that because she has to be from the eastern states. So I let her know that the main thing right now is just to get your CDL. So really, it doesn't. Um, Main thing out here is your CDL. A little bit of experience on a pneumatic trailer would be helpful, but man, that's nothing you can do. You can't learn in you know 2 or 3 loads, which is one day. So yeah, I think I'm gonna I think I'm gonna take a nap for about an hour or so, and then get my day started. Let me show y'all what I've done so far. I did a video on this also, but yeah, where I'm at, um, sometimes I'll have a good connection, and I'll make a video, and then when I drive to location, I have poor connection, so the time that it takes to upload, it doesn't allow it, and that's why it boots my video off. But anyways, from the 3rd of July to today, till the 9th, 6 days. To see how many loads I made. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13 loads, 13 loads in 6 days. Y'all do the math. Do 160 at the minimum. That's the minimum that I'll make. $160 times 13, and that's in 6 days. $160 times 13 loads, and divide that by 6, and that'll give you your average more or less of what I make a day. But That's not really the average for the day because some days I'll work more, some days I'll get less loads. But yeah, I did the math on this. I just don't remember how much it was. I think it was over $2,000 in 6 days. Y'all can see how many loads I do. I made one load on the third. I picked up one load, dropped it off the next day. That next morning, pick up one load, dropped it off that same day. Picked up another load, dropped it off that same day. Next day, picked up one load, dropped it off. See that this must have been one of those days. Oh, I know what this was right here. This was right here. This sometimes I'll be too tired to send off my paperwork that same day when I'm done. So I'll just accumulate like 4 or 5 uh, loads, and then I'll send them off to the office so they could tally up my checks. But yeah, 13 loads times $160, and that's just for the loads. I still got my demerge, which this on all these right here is very little demerge. Demerge does help and it does add up, but I didn't really have too much demerge on these and these 6 days right here. Well, I guess I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna take a nap and I'll make a video later on. I'll let y'all know what's going on.